I just want to share a little story time about why I don't do any of these girls' night out situations. A lot of the women would do these girls' night out things, and they would ask me to go, and I never wanted to do it. So I gave in one day. So it was a Friday night. There were about 8 of us. We went to a club.
Young, living every day, giving it to you and cutting straight. Now listen, if this is your first time watching my video and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that, y'all. Now moving forward, today, man, is about a woman that said this is the reason why she don't do girls' nights out. Let's find out the reason why and what she had to say about it. Let's dive into it.
I just want to share a little story time about why I don't do any of these girls' night out situations. When I lived in New York City, I worked for a very large corporate law firm. Just to give you an idea of the scope, Donald Trump and some other high financial players were our clients. So it wasn't like a slip and fall law firm. And everyone that worked there had to be vetted pretty heavily because of the type of clients that we had. A lot of the women would do these girls' night out things, and they would ask me to go, and I never wanted to do it because it's just not my scene. I had rejected them so many times, and a lot of them were like putting pressure on me that I should do it. So I gave in one day. So it was a Friday night. There were about 8 of us. We went to a club. Everyone started drinking, getting drunk. Throughout the evening, women would disappear.
Oh!
Some would go to the bathroom, not come back.
Oh!
Go to get a drink, not come back. This had me in sort of a high alert situation. I was feeling a little stressed. And because I'm one of these people that has a high level of situational awareness, my head was moving like a chicken. One of the women that was there was this tiny little administrative assistant. She was so cute, and everyone loved her at the firm. She was a sweet little good girl. She didn't wear makeup. She wasn't a party girl. She was about 5'2", sweet and cute as a button. And I saw her drinking, getting drunk, and then 2 guys, they obviously came together. They started sitting with her, drinking with her, laughing and talking with her. Right away, I was on high alert. I could see that these guys were wolves and that their intentions were not good.
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
Now, notice she said she worked at the law firm, she worked with multiple women, and she's not the type of female who likes to go out to the club. But it was these other co-workers there that just kept on trying consistently, and she gave in, right? She got heavily influenced and encouraged by these other girls to go out to the club. This is why, as a guy, that's part of my boundaries. No girls' nights, no parties, and none of that stuff, because women heavily influence other women to do stuff. Now, think a woman like this, that's headstrong, that's a business career woman, if she can get influenced to go out, what's to stop other women from influencing your girl to go do something that she ain't supposed to be doing at a nightclub, especially under the influence of alcohol? And then when she got there, you notice what she said, right? She's very aware. Not only she was invited out, she's invited out by these women that are party animals, that are very irresponsible, to the point where she gotta be responsible for herself and be sitting there trying to be worried about the awareness of other women. But let's continue.
So I kind of inched my way over to sit closer to her so I could babysit. And she always kind of gave me this brush off, like, get away. And the guys were doing that too, like, get away, or come join us, that kind of thing. I didn't want to join them, but I wanted to keep an eye on her. They moved around in the club, and wherever they went, I went with them. At one point, she left with them. But the way she left with them, those 2 guys, literally lifted her body over their head and carried her out like a rotisserie chicken. I ran after them, got into the parking lot. She got into their car, and I was screaming for her to get out of the car, to get away from them. She rolled down the car window. She cursed me out. FUB, you're jealous that it's not you. Leave me the F alone. I was pretty much in shock.
She belongs to the streets.
This girl that was considered to be this innocent bystander at your job, was craving attention, validation. She's a 304. She wanted to go out and get that experience. She wanted to feel wanted. She want that attention and validation, like I just said. She's a 304. You tried to save her, and you can't save a woman that don't want to be saved. You were shocked by it because at work, she appeared to be one way, which is the complete opposite of who she actually was in person. A lot of times, some of these women that look innocent be the ones who be the wildest outside. Them other girls that you came there with that disappeared, went to the bathroom, they was in that bathroom using some drugs and getting stroked with one stroke at a time, with passion, touching the back of their oven, turn the lights on so they busting fainted in there. Yeah, you was working with some corporate 304s. That's what they was. And they was trying to turn you into one in the process. But let's continue.
The car screeched off. I stood there with my jaw hanging open, went home that evening, had the worst weekend because I thought maybe she was kidnapped, chained up in a basement, something horrible. When I got into work on Monday, I went over to her desk to see if she made it in, and there she was, typing with a big smile on her face, and gave me kind of this look like, WTF, like, what do you want? I'm fine.
Yeah, she for the streets. This is a normal thing for her. She like to go out and get stroked till she buzzed by Chad, drink, whatever, indulge in drugs, and, explore her sexual side. Completely just get ran through. That's what she enjoy. It's a thrill for her. But let's continue.
I didn't speak to her after that, only in a workplace capacity. But the situation overall left me shook. Now, like I said earlier, this was one of 3 situations, each one tragic. And in the interim, I've learned that being with women, especially women that are drinking, puts me into potentially dangerous situations. Because the way I see it, women will sell their souls for attention. And if you're out at night with alcohol, dressing a certain way, behaving a certain way, moving their bodies provocatively, what kind of attention do you think is going to come? And women love this attention. Personally, I like to go to the club maybe once a year. I don't go to socialize. I just want to hear very, very loud music at a decibel level where I can feel it in my heart. I'm what they call a bass head. But with me, I'm sure to always hire a bodyguard for the evening. I have a great guy in Hollywood, pay him a flat rate. You got him for the whole night.
Fair enough.
Interesting, man. Not a bad idea at all. A lot of girls, their IQs isn't high enough to even think that far ahead. They think they're untouchable. They always feel like it's gonna be some guy in close proximity that's gonna come through and rescue them. But that's actually not a bad idea. If a female could afford it, for the women out there who could afford it, I definitely think that would be a good idea. But I want to just, go back a little bit to what she was saying. Like I was saying before, being around girls that like to go out, party, be wild, they are dangerous, 100%. And again, this is why I don't deal with girls who go out to clubs. I don't deal with girls who got friends that like to go out to the club to encourage them to do that, because typically 304s indulge in bad behavior, and those bad behaviors create danger. And if something happened to this woman, you are responsible. If you the man and you protect and you provide for a girl, and her father has passed her down to you, he's expecting you to protect her. So if she go out, do whatever she want to do, get into some trouble, her dad isn't trying to hear no excuses. He gonna be like, I trusted you to be the man and hold it down. So that's another thing. A lot of women just think that we're just trying to control women and all this other stuff. No, we want to mitigate risk. Party, drugs, 304 behavior, indulge into danger. And men try to prevent that. And this woman got to go out and see what happened. Now she understands that those are not the environments. And if she decides that she want to go into those environments, she's going to follow the proper precautions to mitigate risk while she's there. And that is hiring a bodyguard. Let's continue.
He'll pick me up in his Suburban, get me inside and out. I don't have to worry about Ubers, standing in the street, making phone calls. And while I'm in the club, I always tell him, don't let anyone near me. Women, men, no one. I just want to hear loud music and I want to dance. And I don't ever go out wearing high heels and short dresses. I go in wearing gym clothes. Tank top, leggings, sneakers. These are cobra pits. And when you mix that with alcohol and women who instinctively love attention, it's a recipe for disaster. So if you have females that are going to clubs, get a bodyguard. And if you can't do that, don't go at all. It's just not worth the risk. So this is why I don't hang out with women anymore. Because a group of females, it's like being in a hen house. And it's like all of the hens unlock the door so the foxes can get in. And not only that, they drape themselves in fragrance and provocative clothing to lure the foxes in. No, thank you. I'll take my bodyguard.
You're goddamn right.
I'll tell you one thing. Sounds like a smart woman right there. You know, yeah, that's exactly what they do. You know, they dress a certain way and they lure in these guys that come with bad intentions. They only want one thing. That's Tyrone, Chad, Pookie, Ray. You know, they just come through the splash like swim time. They're going to touch your soul one stroke at a time with passion, look into your eyes until you bust and faint. And that's another thing, too. A lot of times women just want to go out, wear what they want to wear, and then expect men to not look at them. Men are attracted to beauty. Men are attracted to women with nice physiques. And when you do these things, you open up a different energy and attract a different kind of attention of men. So this is just what happened. This is a part of what comes with it. When you dress that way, be expecting these kind of men to come at you. That's a part of the game. I agree with her message as well, and I'm glad that she was able to see it and she's able to tell other women about this as well. You know, it's very important that women listen and hear what this lady had to say, because she definitely spoke facts about it. But listen, y'all, guys, and this is exactly why, as a man, you, like I said before, you got to mitigate risk and not deal with women that put themselves in these kind of situations. You know, you don't hold a girl down. If girls want to go out and you're not the type of dude that like to go out, let her be out. Me, I'm not a club type of dude. So I won't date girls that be in the club. I'll just say, go ahead, do what you're going to do. It's not for me. I don't even want to restrain you from going out, because then you're going to have a desire for it. Then you're going to be thirsty. Then you're going to be desperate. Then you get curious. Then you get to sneaking out behind trying to do something. I like girls who don't like to go out. I like homebodies. Say you a guy and you don't want women who go out to clubs, you know, and you want to mitigate risk. You date girls who are homebodies. Simple girls, homebodies who ain't into all of that. That's all I got to say about this video, y'all. Let's be on a purpose. Let's get the money on point. Let's get the mind on point. Let's get the body on point and develop them social skills, man. Last but not least, get a passport, travel to a destination of your liking. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, then tell a friend, then tell another friend. Listen, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.
Yeah. Got the streets on fire, feel the heat, the Wayne way. Ain't never had no handouts, put in work, I'm self-made. Superhero strength, I got the power, Luke Cage. Flexing on them haters like Drake. This is real.